Brighton, Illinois. This is the second part of the presentation. I'm doing this one. Last name's Casina Stephanie, so bear with me here. I hope you enjoy this. Okay, Brighton, Illinois. It's a very small town. Not a lot of diversity with people. Most of the people there are Caucasian. 2,234 people. They're about 1,388 per square mile, and though over 2 miles, a very, very small town. We got lucky in Brighton. There wasn't a whole lot with this town. It's a pretty healthy town. Again, there's not a lot of people. There are some issues with transportation. A lot of your public transportation is going to be found outside the town of Brighton, more in not the county, that's what I'm trying to say, forgive me. More in the county, but a lot of the people there have their own transportation. There aren't a lot of disparities within the town that we can find. So with vulnerability, what we saw mainly, the big problem here, is obesity. Obesity is something that we have in America and throughout the world, everywhere. It's not just a problem here, although while looking in Brighton itself, we noticed that 33.2% of adults in Brighton are in the obese category, and that's just the people who have reported, and that's compared to 28% in Illinois. So that is something that stuck out, and it's men, women, children. It hits everybody. So that is what we're working on, and what we're. So why does this matter to us? Well, obesity, as we know, causes a lot of problems, and I've got a nice little picture over here to the side that kind of shows you some of them. Psychological, low self-esteem, that's a big one for everybody. Your lungs and respiratory, your kidneys, your skeleton, neurologic, heart and circulatory is a big one, hormonal. And over here to the right, I have mortality rates for Brighton in general, and these numbers come from Brighton itself. So heart disease, 27%. Coronary heart disease, 20%. Cerebrovascular, 6%. Diabetes, 2%. Cancer, 22%. And these percentages might not look like much, especially when you're going to the diabetes. But this is what they're dying from. I'm sure there's a lot that's not documented here, and you also have to keep in mind the small population that we're working with. Here's a quote I've got here. Vulnerability is not weakness, and that myth is profoundly dangerous. Vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity, and change. I put that here because we're going on to work in progress. What are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about the obesity numbers here in Brighton? What do we want to see? Well, our goals. Obviously, we want to see the obesity adults decrease. So we're going to say we want to see a decrease by 3% within the next 12 years. You might think 3% is not a lot, but think of the habits that we're trying to change. I mean, it is a process, so it takes a while. We also want to see our vegetable and fruit intake will equal 3 or more servings a day for 50% or more of the population within the next 10 years. When we were looking through, it was amazing how many people got 2 or less a day servings of vegetables and fruits together. Very rarely was there anyone with 5 or more. Within the next 15 years, we want 50% or more of the population to state that they exercise 30 minutes or more at least 3 times a week. Again, we were looking through a lot of people in the obese category, overweight category. They say they want to lose weight, but when you look through, they're not getting that exercise. So we need to make a connection there somehow. So how are we going to start? Well, we want to reduce screen time by 30 minutes a day or more. And it has actually been shown that reducing screen time, whether with the intent to exercise or not, actually correlates with a higher occurrence of physical activity. So if you're not sitting there watching TV or playing a video game, Usually you get up and you find something else to do. It just happens. Every little bit counts. We also want to cut our daily caloric intake from sugar to less than 12%. That means cutting down the prepackaged foods, the carbs, a lot of your refined sugars, your sodas, your juices, your candy. Not saying that you can't have it, but let's have it in moderation. And our vegetables and fruits are good fibers. We want to increase the average vegetable consumption to 1 cup for every 1,000 calories eaten. And that's not a lot. You think of people that might eat 2,000 calories a day, 3,000 calories a day. That's what, 3 cups of vegetables? Sadly, we don't get that, so every little bit. Okay, so the main issue then is how do we get the community involved? A lot of people actually know what they need to do, they just don't do it. So we need to get some excitement. How are we going to do that? One idea was a 5K run or walk, just to get people up and get them moving. We'd like to have it sponsored by the local gym. Hopefully they might want to maybe offer discounted gym memberships at sign up, something to get the community excited, something that can get the community going, get them interested in the gym. We did like the $5 sign up fee that would cover the t-shirts. Lots of times people know they're getting something, they think they're getting it for free, they'll show up. And hopefully getting out with the community and getting out with your friends might make exercise more enjoyable. And that's what we're aiming for here. Another thing that we thought we could do was put together an annual health fair. Now, Brighton being small doesn't have a lot of services in the community. They do have gyms. They do have long-term care facility and apartments for the elderly, but if you're looking for hospitals, you're looking for things like that, we're going to have to go over to our neighbors right outside our boundaries. So if we can pull them into the community and make them a little more accessible, that'd be great. And we can have our fresh fruit and vegetables from local produce and farms. It is a very agricultural community right around in there. So we need to have those farmer markets show up, and we need to kind of encourage that there. We have our seminars and our classes. We teach healthy eating habits and the importance of physical activity. We can have handouts, stickers, posters, little toys, trinkets, things like that. And most important, we want to make it festive. We don't want to make it feel like work. We don't want to make it feel I can't think of the word. But we don't want to be putting these people down. We want to be telling them, you need to do this and you need to do that. We need to make it fun, a party, something that they want to go to. Okay, and competition. People are very competitive. People like competition. Think of The Biggest Loser. We're not going to go to those extremes. But what we would like to do is maybe have people log their daily activities, log their exercises, other health changes, no matter how small, if it's something for them. Say maybe they decided not to have a soda that day, or they took, again with the exercise, 3 extra steps, anything. Doesn't matter. Log their mood and mental health, also maybe how many hours they would sleep at night. And then the winner would be drawn from a sample of contestants. We don't want to exclude anybody, so we'll have a group do a drawing, and these would be people that showed the most improvement while using healthy and safe methods of weight loss, not just the numbers of pounds lost. We don't want people to be so intent on winning that they're going to starve themselves. We want them to do it the right way. We want them to learn the healthy habits. And let's say someone lost 20 pounds, but they did it the wrong way. Somebody lost 2, but they tried really, really hard. They did the things they were supposed to do. We want that person that lost the 2 pounds to have a chance at winning this thing. So then they would either win a cash prize or physical equipment, depending on who we can get to sponsor. If we charged a contest fee, things like that, we'd have to work that out. And then another big thing would be local fame, by participating in town parades or health fairs. We could do a piece, maybe a local paper on them. something like that to get the encouragement up there. So that would be another good idea. And then, of course, we would have our surveys, and we would look at how many people stuck with the program, what changes it made, any suggestions they would have, things like that, so that we can grow and improve with our strategies. And my last little slide here says, it doesn't matter how fast you go, as long as you never stop. And that's important. It's not getting to that finish line. It's not just the end that we're looking for. Again, I keep saying habits, but that's important. It's the habits, it's the effort you put into it, it's the way you do it, and it needs to be enjoyable for something that would be stuck with through the years. That's all I got for you. Thank you.